evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Blonde Cafe. No, the Bl- the Blonde Cafe podcast. I'm your host, Brooke Villanueva, and I'm your 28-year-old millennial gal out here living my best life, and I'm here to help give you the tips, tricks, and tools to live your best life. And today, I want to welcome you back to the podcast. I'm so excited, and I'm so freaking happy you guys are here. I know I'm happy you guys are here, like, literally every single time you tune in. But we have such big things coming, and I haven't been, like, teasing you about that. I know I've said that in the past, but I'm legit, guys. I promise. I totally promise you. I'm not gimmicky. I'm not, like, whatever. I think the kids are saying, like, clickbait nowadays. I don't know. That's not me. That's not me, okay? So I'm happy you guys are here. I'm so thrilled you're here to join us. And I want to talk to you first about our new merch. So you're going to see this dropping very, very soon. I'm creating all the order forms. I'm doing all the things. Like, don't worry about it. You're going to see it soon. But this is the live preview. So if you don't know, we now have merch. We have crew necks. We have tank tops. We have t-shirts. I'm working on getting us some hats. Really, really want to do that. That's like one of my priorities. And a couple other things too, like coffee mugs, stickers, all kinds of different stuff. So I'm so freaking excited to share it with you guys. And if you are seriously interested, please let me know. Drop a comment, DM me on Instagram, DM me on TikTok, message me on Facebook, send me a freaking telegram. I don't know. Let me know that you're hype about this and you're just as excited about it as I am, because we're going to have all different styles. So like right now, I have this pink and black text right here. And it's one of our slogans, where coffee meets candid. So obviously you guys know that my episodes are off the cuff. I very, very rarely edit anything out of my episodes unless it's like random and drastic, like I get a phone call in the middle of it or something like that. But you know that it's legit. Let me make sure, actually, this is recording. But you know that it's legit. You know that, like, I'm speaking off the cusp here. Like, I don't really use notes. I do sometimes if it's like a bulleted list, or if like there's very certain specific topics that I want to talk about, or if I have a guest, because I want to make sure I respect their time and their energy. But for the most part, it's candid. So that's where that comes from. And then we also have other merch that says living my best life, because that's exactly what we're doing out here. If you don't know, now you know. We're living our best lives out here. We have our logo, which is it's a coffee cup with a microphone in it, like a podcast microphone, and it's super, super cute. You guys are going to see it. I can't wait to show you. Okay, so here are a couple examples. Like, this is our basic tee. So this is a really cute, like, light pink, kind of almost salmon, but not really, more light pink colored, regular cotton t-shirt. And this is our new logo. So it's got the coffee cup with TBC for the Blonde Cafe, obviously. And then a little podcast mic on there, which is super cute. And then it also says, living my best life. So as you guys know, I just spoke on that. And this also is going to be available in multiple colors, all the sizes. Ain't you worry. And then we also have this really, really cute pink circle logo, so the Blonde Cafe, and then it says living my best life underneath of it, so you guys can see. And then we also have another coffee cup on the back of this, so I'm really excited about that. Super, super cute. It goes like racer back. And those will be available in different colors as well, in different colored text also. And then we also have a V-neck tee, which is, it also has the circle. So it's black and pink, very, very cute, light pink instead of the hot pink that I showed you earlier. And then it's got the coffee cup on the sleeve, which is really, really fun. So it adds that little pizzazz to it. And it's, again, like a regular, like, cotton tee. So along with these crew necks, I have them in cream, nude, black, white, whatever color you desire. I'm going to put it on the order form. Don't worry. And we're going to get this going. So if you guys are interested and you want some, please let me know. Let me know you're hype. I'm so excited. You'll see them dropping on the Instagram and on the TikTok and on the Facebook and, I don't know, on the website, wherever else, everywhere basically. You're going to hear me talk about them a few times. I got to plug myself. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, and shout out to my good friend Esther with Womanhood Unleashed that actually helped me make these t-shirts. So she really, really helped create my vision and bring my vision to life. And I'm so, so very, very grateful for her. She is amazing. Thank you, Esther. Thank you to Womanhood Unleashed. And go check out her Instagram if you have not already. She posts really inspirational content, a little bit outdoorsy, also off the cusp, a little bit inspirational. She's the same vibes. So go head over to her channel as well. But anywhozer, I want to talk to you guys about going after something even if you can't see the outcome. And I know I talked about this in the Following Your Intuition episode. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go back. It's a few episodes ago. You're going to want to listen. It also goes with the same vibes as this, but it's really, really something that's on my heart to talk about. And to be quite honest with you, I was going through my list of topics that I have just like in my notes app, just in case like I need some content. And I went through my topics and I'm like, none of these are resonating right now. Like, I really just wanted to talk off the cusp about really just going after something and believing that it is meant for you. And I know that that can be cliche. I know that that can seem like very privileged and very like out of touch. I recognize that. But I'm also here to tell you that just because other people can do awesome things, that means you can do it too. You're the main character of your own freaking life, and nobody's here to come save you. Nobody's here to do it for you. Nobody is going to care about your dreams and your goals as much as you are. And that's the whole point of giving gifted this vision and this idea, even if you bring it to life and it doesn't take off like you did. So pivot. Do something else different. There are countless business owners that started originally in like one sector of a business, it didn't work, and then they created like their 10th business or their 15th business, and that was the one that took off. I don't remember exactly who it is off the top of my head, but I know there's a specific example of a very large company that quite literally happened to. And that's not to say that, you even your first idea, it could take off. Like you can have $1 million idea right tomorrow, right now, yesterday. You can have $1 million idea at any point, and you just have to bring it to life. It's up to you to take the steps and to keep going even when you don't know the outcome. Think about it. Bill Gates had no idea what the outcome would be with computers. Steve Jobs, no idea what the outcome would be with iPhones. Like literally, you take any of the greats. Jeff Bezos, he started with a bookstore. That's literally what it was. Same thing. Netflix, they were literally sending like discs in paper in the mail. I literally remember it. Like they didn't know that it was going to be this streaming platform that you can link right from your TV. They didn't know you were going to be able to have it on your phone, on your tablet, on your iPad, on your computer. They had no idea what was to come, but they just kept putting one foot in front of the other. And it doesn't matter if you don't have any of this fancy equipment. Quite literally, like, I don't know if I touched on this in the Following Your Intuition episode, but Bill Gates actually snuck into a computer lab when he was like, I think he was in college. And he snuck into a computer lab and he would like do coding in the computer lab in the middle of the night when nobody else was in there, because he had all of these ideas that he wanted to get out, and like all of these things were running through his brain, and he didn't physically have a computer himself. So he literally broke into his school's lab and was using it, and then freaking came up with $1 billion idea and $1 billion business. So I'm not saying like break into your school's computer lab or break into your local library by any means. Definitely not saying that. But I'm saying that it doesn't matter if you don't have the resources. You can quite literally, you can record just like I am right now off of your iPhone. I don't even have a new iPhone, guys. I don't know if you've noticed this, but it's an iPhone 12. And the quality, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not the 4K HD quality that some of these creators have. It's really not. I'm going to get a new phone eventually here in a little bit. But for right now, we're rolling with what we've got. We're going with the punches. I'm going to eventually get a professional camera and a real setup and have it go, the way that I want. But right now, we are rocking and rolling. And yes, I did buy a few things, as you can see. But for the most part, like, you have to start it somewhere, some way, somehow. Steve Jobs started in his garage, literally, with his friends. Think about how many, like, big bands have started in garages. Think about how many writers have started, in the most astonishing circumstances. It doesn't matter what you have. If you have an idea, you can do it. And in today's day and age, quite literally, there is no shortage of information. Not to mention, we're not even talking about AI. We're not even talking about ChatGPT. Like, you have a ultimate search engine in the palm of your hand. And even if you're listening to this on your iPhone and you don't even have a computer, you have a library, you have a phone with a computer in it, you have some sort of resource that you can use to find out this information. You don't have to go flipping through encyclopedias anymore. You don't have to go looking through manuals anymore. Quite literally, you don't even have to take your own notes because ChatGPT and AI does it for you. And you can just ask the summary of something and it will tell you what it is. I literally did that with the Blonde Cafe podcast and it told me what my podcast was. And it was damn accurate, okay? So there is no shortage of information out there. You just got to put it together. And sometimes you just have to sit down. You have to do the boring work of putting it on paper and getting started and doing that mundane task so that you can have something amazing later. And I was lucky enough to grow up with an entrepreneur dad, and he has taught me so much, and he has allowed me to believe in myself and to know and to see firsthand something that quite literally grew out of nothing. If you guys haven't listened to the episode, it's The Man, the Myth, the Legend. It's like probably 40 episodes ago. But if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to it because he really tells you how he started it from the ground up with his business partner in our house. I was like 13 years old at the time. I was answering the phones whenever he couldn't get to the phone right away. If he was cutting the grass or in the shower or something, he told me what to say and gave me a little script and I was like, okay, sounds good. So I don't know anything about child labor laws. I definitely didn't get paid, but I had a roof over my head and food in my mouth and, clothes on my back. So that's good. But it was such a time that allowed me to see something grow quite literally from nothing and two guys with a hope and a dream into a flourishing business now. And now that he's retired, he gets to reap the rewards of it. He gets to reap the benefits of it. And honestly, I get to reap the benefits of it because I got to see that, literally as I was growing up and dreaming and wanting to become a businesswoman. I originally started wanting to, climb the corporate ladder and chase those goals and get the best job and want to work for all these crazy companies and stuff. And now here I am. I want to work for myself. I want to do my own thing. And I still love my 9-to-5 career that I have right now. I love it. I love it with a passion. And I'm learning more and more every day. And I'm able to throw more energy into my passion because I'm passionate about what I do each and every day. And if you're not passionate about what you do every day at your regular work job, that's okay too. That just means that you get to hone in on your passion on the side and hopefully grow that into something more so it can become your full time. There's also, I don't remember the video of it. I should have looked it up, you guys, and maybe I'll drop it in the notes. But there is a video on, it's a movie, on one of the great streaming platforms that we have. And it's about the guy that invented Hot Cheetos. And he's basically like a factory worker in the Cheetos factory. And he gets this idea to start creating this spice at his home. And he starts mixing all of these spices at home. And he puts the Cheetos into these spices. And it creates this whole phenomenon. And honestly, he wasn't believed in at first. I don't want to give too much away in case you guys want to watch it. I will drop it in the notes. I will find the name. But he wasn't believed in at first, and he kept trying, and he even got discouraged. And you see that in the movie a little bit, but you see that he still has this vision. And even if, that's what I'm saying, guys, even if your first vision doesn't work out, that just means that gave you so much more practice to keep going for the next one and to know how to get better and to know what to do next. And even if it's not starting your own business, that's quite literally not for everybody. It's really not. Some people are perfectly happy and content and love their regular work. They love leaving work separate than home and just doing their thing and moving the heck on. I know plenty of people like that, and that is totally A-okay. And if that's you, keep listening if you want, because you can do that with your passion. You can do that with something that you love doing on the side, whether it's a sport or art or music or something to thrive and get your creative juices flowing. Maybe you like making, I don't know, handmade quilts on the side. Maybe you like playing the drums in your backyard. Maybe you don't want to be like headliner on a stage, but maybe you just want to take 20 more minutes for that every day because it genuinely brings you joy. It doesn't have to be productive. It doesn't have to be a moneymaker. But if you want it to be, it can be. You just have to put the resources into it. And if you want to put more resources into your passion in general, just because it makes you happy, do it. Save up $5 a month, $10 a month, $10 a week, $100 a week, $100 a month. Save up to get that new drum set that you want so you can just rock out. And maybe it'll inspire your kids. Maybe it'll inspire your nephew. Literally, like, the possibilities are endless. And I encourage you to do it because you pave the way for somebody else to do it too. And I'm like, I'll tell you all day long, I am no expert talking to you. I am no expert like in any of these categories. I'm no expert in finance. I'm no expert in, I don't know, health and wellness. I'm no expert in love and relationships. I'm no expert in careers even. But I am damn sure trying, and I'm damn sure just trying to be a good person and live my best life that I can to make the most out of each and every day. And that's honestly, that's what I get passionate about. And that's why I preach it to you guys till the cows come home, literally, because life is too short to just waste it away scrolling on your phone, you know, laying there, just being all downtrodden or being exhausted or just laying on the couch night after work, eating Cheetos and having dinner and calling it a night and doing the same thing over and over again, or working out in the morning, then getting ready for work, then going to work, then coming home and making dinner, watching a show for an hour, take a shower, go to bed, do it all over again the next day. Life is too damn short, and you are gonna burn yourself out if you don't take control and if you don't have yourself as the main character of your life and showcase that. And you get to share that with your family. You get to share that with your friends. You get to share that with your spouse. You get to, the happier that you are and the more that you pour into yourself, the happier others are going to be around you. Because let's face it, we are all on this earth whether we like it or not. And we all are going day to day. We wake up every day. Some of us are grateful for the day. Some of us are dreading the next day. Some of us are just going through the motions and just trying to make it by. And that's okay. But there quite literally is so much more to life and to squeezing out every ounce of it, even if you don't know the outcome. Think about it. There are so many things that you can't see. And I just had this on Instagram, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I made it a reel. But there are so many things that you can't see that you believe in because it exists. Like, you believe in love. You can't physically see love, the love that you have for somebody. You can't see it. Sure, you can buy them gifts. Sure, you can give them a hug, a kiss, whatever. You can do those physical things, but you can't see that emotion that's inside of you that feels that love for that person and that care and that energy for that person. You can't see it, but you believe it and you know it's there. That's why people get in relationships. That's why you care about your mom, your sister, your grandpa, your cousin, your dog. You know it's there. Same thing with air. I'm breathing air right now. I don't know how, but I am. I know it's there. I know I have a heart because I have a heartbeat and I'm physically alive right now. I can't see it, but I know it's there. Same thing, businesses. You can't see it, but you know that it's there. You know that it's coming. You know that it's up to you, that if you were given this thought and this idea, why not pursue it? What do you have to lose? Sure, if you bet millions of dollars, yeah, you've got millions of dollars to lose. But so does everybody else. If they bet millions of dollars, you can decide how much stake in the game you want to put. You can decide how to dip your toe in the water. And the beauty of it is, like I said before, there is no shortage of information in the world. There's not. We're not flipping through books. We're not finding manuals. We're not taking notes, studying at nighttime. Like, the way that the world has changed, even since I was in high school, like, believe you me, we had to work hard to plagiarize. But now, you can have ChatGPT write your paper in literally 15 seconds. And I know that, like, there's all of these, like, AI checkers and whatever the heck. So, like, I get that it's not that easy. Don't come for me. But I do know that you can ask it just about anything. Same thing with your Alexa. If you have an Alexa, sorry if that made it go off, if you guys are listening to this out loud. If you have Siri on your phone, hopefully this doesn't make mine go off right now. I don't know. But there, you can ask it anything and get fed this information. And even if it's not, I know it's not 100% correct all of the time, but it at least gets those juices flowing. And you gotta actually, and then after you do that, hear me out, you gotta actually sit down and take a freaking action. You have to do it. You have to. Even if you don't feel like it, because you're not gonna feel like it all the time. Motivation, quite honestly, like, cover your ears, kids, motivation is bullshit. It's fleeting. It's very minimal. You get motivated for maybe a day, a week, a month, and then what? You get tired. You get burnt out. You get normal, everyday things coming towards you. And you have to keep up with it. If that's truly something you want for yourself, you have to keep up with it, even when the going gets tough. Just like relationships. Relationships aren't easy, but if you love that person and you want to stay with that person and they have all of these great qualities in them, you can handle when you guys have a tough conversation. You can handle when you misread or misinterpret something and things aren't going your way that day and it's just not seeing eye to eye. You can handle that. You can move past it. Same thing with business. You're not going to have a perfect A+ day every day. You're going to get a weird email. You're going to get a weird message from your boss. You're going to get a weird message from a client. You can't control that. And that's where the Mel Robbins let them theory comes in. If you guys haven't heard of it, check it out. Mel Robbins, she's the best, quite honestly. She has a let them theory, and basically she talks about like letting things kind of roll off your back. So check it out when you're dealing with those mundane, like day-to-day things that you don't necessarily want to deal with. But you keep going. And if you decide, say you go full force, say you want to make a podcast, or say you want to start a band, or you have this book idea and you want to write a book, or you want to start a quilting club, or anything of the sort, and you get this idea and you're like, you go full force for it for 2 weeks, you get shirts made, you get all this stuff, whatever, and then it falls off because life gets in the way. If that's something you still want to do, ain't no shame in it. Ain't no shame in picking back up your game. You can literally pick it back up where you left off and keep on going. You don't have to be embarrassed about not posting on your Instagram page for a year. AKA, that was me. Not embarrassed about it. I wish that I would have kept posting, that would have been great. But I was busy. I was doing life, and that's all right. And if you have others with stake in the game and maybe you feel like you let somebody down or you didn't live up to their expectations, decide if you want to have a conversation or decide if you're going to let it go. Because if you're going to let it go, then you just keep rolling because you're the main character of your own life. You control your emotions. You control the outcomes as best as you can. You can't control every outcome, but you ultimately control how you respond to it. So if you decide, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Why would I even keep this back up? Like, this was a failed project. Why would I even mess with it? Oh no, like, I got my dad to invest $50 billion. I'm just saying, he didn't invest $50 billion in this. But I got my dad to invest $50 billion in this, and it flopped, man. I'm really, really embarrassed. And I know he's probably mad at me, whatever. Have a conversation with him. Have a conversation if it's really bothering you. Or maybe your boss. Maybe you let them down on a project, and you told them that you would have this awesome, amazing deliverable, and it just wasn't that great. Or the client didn't catch on as much as you thought. Or, it didn't produce as much revenue. Own it. Own it. Own it. Own it. Own it. Own it. People are going to respect you more if you own your stuff. If you own your shit. I've cussed a lot in this episode. Honestly, I don't really know why, so sorry, kids. But own your stuff. Own it. And you will feel better. It will alleviate those rocks that you are putting in your backpack that keeps, weighing you down. Eventually, you'll stand back tall. You'll stand back up if you just keep moving. You have no choice. You have no choice but to wake up every single day and keep doing your routine unless you want to shake up your whole entire world and just give it all up. Whether you quit your job the next day or do whatever, you quite literally, you have to keep going. That's the option. So you might as well make the most of it and not, mope around about it, not have this kind of stigma towards yourself. Give yourself some love, man. Give yourself some credit. We're all doing the same stuff out here. We are all trying to figure out how to spend our days the best way we can. We all love somebody. We all love ourselves. We all have similar want to be accepted in life, and that's the beauty of it. So even if you can't see the outcome of something, you gotta believe in yourself and you gotta keep going. And if you don't have that belief in yourself, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Pretend like you have the belief in yourself. Write it down. That was my biggest thing when I was like wanting to move away when I lived in Ohio, and I didn't even know, like, I knew where to start because I was applying for jobs, I was looking for apartments, I was doing all the things, but in the back of my mind there was like oh my gosh, I really hope this works out, because I didn't have this foolproof plan of like it's gonna work out. I was just doing everything that I knew to try to make it as foolproof as I could and to try to put myself in the position that I wanted. And luckily it worked out and I worked my butt off. But there was always that thing in the back of my head like, man, I really hope it works. And I have that right now. I have that with this podcast. I have that with this merch that I'm doing. I just hope it works. But I'm enjoying it in the meantime, and I'm having a damn good time, and I'm having fun. So I hope you guys are too. All that to say, I hope you're having fun in life, and I hope that you're making the most out of it, whatever that might be. Maybe you want to be living on a boat somewhere in the middle of the Mediterranean. Make it happen. Save up for that boat. Decide what you need to do. Google what you need to do. Write down what you need to do. And then take action. Make that savings plan. It's not going to feel easy. And the closer you get to your goal, sometimes the harder it is. Sometimes it's smooth sailing and it's like, oh my gosh, everything is working out for me. Like, hell yeah, like this is good. And then other times you get a little bit of pushback and you're kind of like waving and you're like, all right, I'm still going. Like one step forward, two steps back. But you keep making that one step forward. And then eventually you make a leap forward. And then eventually you're running forward. And it continues, and you continue with that momentum. It's literally just like, what is it? I don't know, like Newton's law or whatever. Like object in motion stays in motion. Same thing. When you keep rolling, you will generate more ideas. You will make that path for yourself. Just like chipping away at an iceberg. You chip away at it one step at a time. I think that's actually how like the statue of David was created. Like the big like art form statue, you know? I think it was created out of just like a big marble block. And I could be wrong. So if I am wrong, please let me know in the comments. Slide my DMs, let me know. But I'm pretty sure that it was chiseled. And if you've looked at that statue, it is beautiful. It is a beautiful man. And it is very, very detailed. And I'm pretty sure that it was just a square block, and it was just chisel after chisel after chisel after chisel, just saying like, oh, nope, this doesn't quite fit. Nope, this doesn't fit. Sculptors do it all the freaking time, and they make it possible. They make it happen. All of that to say, you are your own main character. You can do something even when you can't see it. Think of love. Think of oxygen. Think of passion. Think of, I had a third option, but I honestly forgot, guys. Not perfect. That's where the candid comes in. But I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope this gets you fired up to start your week. This is springtime. It is March. We are rolling into spring. We are rolling into the summer months. It's getting warmer outside. And I hope it gets you as fired up as it does for me. I hope you guys are having a great day. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Get ready to check out our merch. Find us on Instagram. Find us on TikTok. Find us on where getting our website back up. Stay tuned. All right. Bye, guys.